We said we got me bagging the booth. This Margiela, I'm a composite true. Retail too damn high, my cue. Free Mason Margiela Marge Simpson collaboration. We got the full drop list, including some naughty little retails, man. We actually got some really fair prices with this collection, which means this stuff is going to be flying off the website. No funny business this week, fellas. You guys are gonna have to strap in, have one of your cleanest checkouts. We're gonna be trying in a live cop, so if you guys want to check that out, drop a sub if you're new to the channel. We've had a ton of people locking in this week. I appreciate all the people subscribing. And you know what? If you haven't subscribed yet, let me give you a reason. I'm gonna be giving away these Supreme Bones thermals in tomorrow's live cop. Good luck if you subscribe a day early, but yeah, I just wanted to give back. You know, we've had a really fun season so far. You guys have been showing so much love, but let's get in this drop list today. Let me know what you guys plan on going for. There's a lot of good items here. We're gonna discuss some of my favorites. Let's get into it. Now, I did mention this yesterday, and I do it in every video, but if you want to join my private cook group browser, it's one of the best places to find Supreme information. Not only do I write up every single week all of my recommendations for items to cop, how long you should hold them, resale estimates, but we also have release information for every low-key brand you can think of, sneakers, collectibles. We have slot providers, so I would really recommend getting a slot this week. I might be doing so with like a wallet or something. I kind of want to get a nice variety of items to show off to you guys for an unboxing this week. If you want to join the group, you can even get a free 7-day trial to see if it's for you. Just hit the top link in the comments. Let's get into it, man. Let's get the vibes going. It's Margiela week. Stand the fuck up. Now sit down. You're standing up in front of your computer in an empty room. Calm down. Let's get into it, man. So starting it off, oh my, come on, y'all. The hype piece are out. We got the box logo, the foil box logo as the top uploaded item. Now, I was actually calling these items waxed in my initial reaction to this lookbook because I could not tell. I think I mentioned they might be foil, but it turns out they are, and I'm pretty bummed out about that. That does tell me these are gonna have some shine to them, especially when it's sunny out and stuff. And no, that's not the end of the world. I just think like a wax box logo and wax denim would have been a lot cooler. But nonetheless, $2.98. I don't know about all that. Ugh, that's a little steep for me, man. I don't know. $2.98 for a box logo. I mean, we know by now these box logos don't really have the hype they used to. Even the hoodies from last season, those aren't touching $2.98. I feel like those were a lot more wearable, a little bit more desirable. Of course, these have the Mason Margiela brand name attached to them, but I don't know. They don't really scream Margiela to me too much. I don't really see a lot of potential. Like on maybe like right out the gate first day they do kind of decent, but I think prices are gonna drop pretty fast. And honestly, I think you're gonna be getting around retail back for these. I'm sort of surprised it's the most upvoted item. I think there's better stuff here. I find these to be pretty skippable. I don't even know, man. I would probably say the black is better. I feel like the white almost looks a little bit better. But this is the type of item, maybe it looks nicer in hand. I think it's gonna look worse though, honestly. Foil, I just don't think it's something people are gonna really be desiring with a box logo. So they're cool. I'm not hating on the design. I think they're very different, but for $2.98, I just don't really see much potential. Moving on, we got the Mason Margiela box logo tee, and I do see a lot more chance with this one. It is $88, a lot cheaper. Now, of course, even box logo t-shirts have kind of been hurt by the box logo craze. We don't really see them hit prices of 100 plus very often anymore. So I do realize this is a more expensive retail again for a box logo. It's just more stomachable than a $300 hoodie. Now, again, like I will say this whole design concept doesn't really have a huge Margiela feel to it. I do think that's one of the issues with these box logos. I just think it's a pretty cool shirt. Like, I don't think it's gonna have a huge profit margin or anything. The bigger sizes like XL, XXL, of course, those will probably do better. I would imagine though, these get maybe to around 140, 150. They might flatline because I do imagine a lot of people gonna try to quick sell these box logo items as always. I don't really see them being like the most profitable stuff from this collection, but between the two, I would probably be risking it with the t-shirt. I do kind of wish they at least hit us with like a little Margiela logo on the back or something, just to give the people a little something, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, I really enjoy it. I would almost even go for one myself, but I don't want to risk it because there's some other items I'm a little more interested in this week. I think there's some potential, especially bigger sizes, but unfortunately, I don't see a huge profit margin with this. I just think so many people are gonna be trying to dump them, and we don't see box logos age that well anymore. Moving on, we have the Mason Margiela receipt wallet, and now this one makes a ton of sense why it's so upvoted. This is one of my favorite items from the collection, and I think this has a really good chance of flipping. Now, honestly, for like everyday use, this is a kind of bizarre wallet. I don't think I would really use it as a personal wallet. It is really fun though. This is the type of item that's just, I don't know, it's cool to own, and I know these Mason Margiela wallets retail for a lot more than $228. I believe they're around $300, maybe even a little above that. So already this is a really fair price. I actually think like the white design, the receipt look to it it's fun. It doesn't say the material, it might say it like somewhere else. I'm guessing it's some type of leather though, so I think that just says it's gonna be somewhat limited. And honestly, this is just a very iconic design from Margiela. $228 is a lot for a wallet. That's like $250 after fees, but I think I could definitely see this getting to $300s. And I just think it's one of the more memorable items from this whole collection. So I do think we'll see it sell out decently fast. It's a good item to target. I do think it'll go up in its price because I don't see it being a huge stock. Moving on, we have another item I think is actually going to be a really solid pickup here. That's going to be this Mason Margiela skate deck. Now this is a very similar price tag to the box logo t-shirt. Really the difference is I feel like I've seen a fall off in the stock sizes of decks, whereas t-shirts are just more printed than ever with Supreme. So if you do end up copying one of these decks, you're going to have a lot less competition on the market than something like the t-shirt. And just in general, I think decks have a higher ceiling nowadays than t-shirts. So honestly, I think this is a solid one to go for. But even if it started slow, I do think this will rise in its price over time very nicely compared to a lot of stuff in this collection. So I think this is a great item for you guys to go for. Obviously, you don't see the Supreme logo right away with it, but I love this worn away concept. Margiela's done it a lot before. I've always wanted to pair the Converse that have that chipped, worn away look. I do see this getting up to $150, $200. It might take it a bit of time, but especially if this flies off the site, I think it's gonna be one of the better profit items that I recommend you guys go for. Moving on is my personal favorite item from this collection, and an item I've seen a ton of hype for, the Mason Margiela zip up hooded sweatshirt. I just think this is one of the most like everyday wearable hoodies from this collection, and I don't know, the price is not that outrageous. It's cheaper than the box logo hoodie, $248. I love the colors they chose. The black of course is very clean, just a nice staple colorway. The gray is not my favorite personally, but I got nothing against it. The green though, that shit's gonna fly, bro. I'm positive the green and black are gonna fly. I think it's gonna be one of the quicker selling out items. You got the logo hits, the price is not that bad, and I've just seen so much love for this zip up. Even if you're to hold on to this over time, I do think this is gonna be one of the more popular items from the collection that's gonna rise in its price pretty nicely. So I'd recommend it as a nice investment item. Maybe it's not right away profit, you'd probably see more on the deck. But then again, man, we've seen some of these green hoodies like the MF Doom hoodie just teleport off the website and right away resell. I see really good potential with this. I think this is one of the best investment items from this collection. It's what I'm gonna be going for. I think I'm gonna take an L, to be honest. I want that green one so fucking bad. I'm ready for disappointment. I gotta lock in, boys. No, fuck that. We're copping, bro. What the fuck am I talking about? Next up, I'm liking some of y'all's upvoting on this, man. Next up, we have the Mason Margiela Varsity jacket. I really do adore this one. You just got a ton of different vintage Supreme jackets all combined into one. I did find the reference for this was a SS15 jacket from Margiela. I thought this is one of the more clever, unique items to come out of this collection. It is $698. That's a very steep price. Although, I mean, just look at this thing, bro. You cannot tell me this is not going to be an extremely limited item. I'm talking 4 or 5 of these per store. Like, this looks like a very difficult to make jacket. I cannot imagine there's going to be many that are made. It looks really good, I think. Like, honestly, I'm a huge fan of this one. Let me know what you guys think of it. I mean, for everyday use, of course, you might not be able to rock it, but damn, is this a statement item. This is one of my favorite items out of the collection. I just think it perfectly blends the worlds of Margiela and Supreme together. I love it. Brought back some older Supreme designs. This is definitely going to fly off the website, I would assume. Honestly, it's probably going to end up as a grail, one of those jackets that's almost just impossible to cop or find. So yeah, if you guys wanted to invest into it, the $750 is going to be pretty tough to cop, but I could see it getting up to the 900 plus is no problem. It is getting warmer outside. I'm assuming this is like wool. I think there's some leather on it as well, so it might flatline a bit in sales, but over time, man, this is definitely going to be a grail item. I really like this jacket. I think it's one of the best items from the collection. Next up, we got this oversized liquid blue tee. Now, there isn't really branding on this one, which kind of is an issue for it. It's $110 too. As cool as this one is, I don't know, dude. I just don't really see resale potential for it. I think this one's skippable, although it's something unique. It looks a lot better on the hood of that zip up. We got the socks really upvoted. God damn. I don't know if these are gonna have that much profit. I mean, they're just the socks with the Margiela hit. $28. I mean, maybe it's worth grabbing 1 pack of them if you take L's on other stuff and you're just like, fuck it, I want to cop something. Maybe like 40 to 50 bucks, but I think that's being a little generous. Next up, we got a pretty interesting one. I haven't really looked at too much or talked about a bunch. The Mason Margiela painted camp cap. Now, these are coming at 88. That's definitely an expensive price, but man, these cam caps from these collections usually end up aging very well. Now, of course, this isn't the most obvious Supreme hat. It's a tonal logo. It's got that painted look to really hide the logo, but you got a nice Maison Margiela numbers hit on the back, and we're not really seeing that Maison Margiela numbers logo on too many of these items, which makes this one pretty special. I think in the black colorway, this could certainly be a very interesting hold item. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these get up to like 150 plus. People will pay a lot of money for cam caps, even the ones that get repeated every season. Sometimes will hit 100 plus prices. Why couldn't a Maison Margiela cam cap hit that price? If I end up taking an L on other stuff and I kind of scramble to cop some other items, I could definitely see myself carting at least the black colorway of this. I do think you have to go through the normal selling process of a cam cap holding this for a couple months. It's not gonna be right away profit, but I think it's a sneaky good investment from this release. Next up, we got the hooded work jacket. 500, man. I wish this was waxed. I'm gonna stop saying it, but I think it would have been a way cooler design. It's cool and all, like it's definitely a solid item, but it's just very bare for how much it really is. I don't think people are really gonna go that crazy over this foil concept, making it a skip. The pants have a little more chance. I do think the pants look better. Between the both of them, the black I think by far looks better, but you can even see it in these photos. There is a bit of a shine to it. Of course, that is with studio lighting, so like obviously it's gonna be a lot more bright, a lot more shiny. I'm just really hoping these look duller in hand. Some of the lookbook photos, the black colorways looked really good. These are nice personals. I'm not seeing it for resale. But let's talk about what could be a sneaky item for profit, and that's gonna be these tank tops, man. Coming in at 32, it's just a one pack, unfortunately, but I'm kind of hoping you can get multiples of these in one checkout, because I honestly think these could be one of the bigger steals of the release. They're 32 bucks. You got the Margiela hits on the backside, and like they're honestly like two tank tops in one. You can stack them together. Let me know what you guys feel about them. I actually think they might even sell out decently fast. I'm very curious how stocked they're gonna be. Obviously the Hanes are usually one of the most stocked items, but this looks like a kind of weird one to make. It's like a big ass fucking diaper, bro. I'm gonna be copping one of these probably in my second checkout. Honestly, your first checkout, I don't even know if it's worth multi-carding items unless you're going from less hype stuff. If I'm going for a deck or a zip up hoodie or even like the wallet, maybe I might just be single carton, because I think the website's gonna be a mess. There's gonna be a huge queue. It's gonna be a clustered dick fuck fest show, bro. Like it's just gonna be horrendous tomorrow. I'm imagining there is a ton of people going for this release, so I actually think this is one of the better sneaky cops from this collab. It's definitely gonna age well. I'd imagine 60 plus up to 70 even. We've definitely seen Hanes hit some crazy prices. These Bones items, that they've done these 2 seasons now. These are in like the 60s, 70s. I've even sold some of these for up to 80 bucks. So yeah, I honestly think these are really good cops, a sneaky one at that. If you can get multiples, huge dub. Next up, let's mix in our one lookbook item I've seen even upvoted so far. It's gonna be these Old English short sleeve tops. Now these are actually pretty nice personals. They look embroidered. Actually, not a bad one. I don't even remember these from this season's lookbook. Honestly, a pretty solid pickup for the personal. I enjoy them myself. 78 bucks. Not gonna have profit or anything, but there's some really nice colors in here, man. That orange is my personal favorite. I really like the orange they chose. Actually a really W item here, but yeah, there's such better stuff this week. Why are you getting a short sleeve top, man? Get yourself some Margiela. Let's go talk about the chain and disc lock. Coming in at 268. Honestly, I just don't even doubt these items anymore. Ever since those fucking nipple clamps sold out extremely quick, the very weird exotic accessories, I just can't even doubt them. Now, those nipple clamps aren't reselling for shit. Thank God. That'd be demonic if they were. So I don't think this is gonna really do much on the market, but I do imagine it's not a very high stocked item. I'm not gonna cop one, neither are you. Why are we talking about it? Next up, the fur coat, only a rack. Honestly, I saw this being a lot more money. It is a faux fur coat. Usually Supreme faux furs are around 400 to 500, so 1,000 is a lot, but I don't know. I just expected it to be more. I think this one will sell out pretty fast. I don't know how well it's gonna resell. I honestly do think it'll be an item that has some crazy sales down the line, but I'd imagine the sales volume's not that high. I think it'll sell out pretty fast. I've seen a lot of people saying they enjoy it a ton. I do think it's one of the more statement items out of this collection, and yeah, it's probably gonna fly, to be honest. I don't see this being very stocked, so if you have the budget for it, man, and you might have to give it a couple months, but you're gonna get some crazy sales on this down the road. Next up, the padded shirt. This is one of the items I'm very curious how it ends up doing. 168. Of course, it is a very blank canvas. Like, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't even get the Margiela stitch on the back. Honestly, that's kind of a scam. Like, how do you not hit us with that, man? We're all looking for it. Now the black and the white, I feel like maybe have more of a chance than the striped, even though I like the stripe more. Just the people that buy Margiela, I could see them buying the black or white iteration of this shirt. I do like the padded look a lot, and its retail of $168. It's actually like a pretty affordable price for some Margiela. I do think we'll see him sell out. I don't know if there's really going to be much profit though. Honestly, this one's a bit of a question mark to me. I could see some of the more deeper fashion heads that really like Margiela actually copping these. I don't know how much they'll pay for resale, but this is definitely cheap for Margiela pricing, which is why I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a pretty wearable item. I could see myself wearing this all the time. I just think it fit weird, so it's a skip for me, but I like it. Old English sweater with him. They're giving us all the oldie stuff. This is another W lookbook item. Really good personal. This brown color is definitely my favorite. Almost a little bummed they're dropping these this week. $148. It's a little too much for me to actually buy one, but I like them a lot. It's actually a really clean personal. Let's go cover the cotton suit. So Margiela washed, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not that crazy about these myself. I haven't really seen many people say much about them. I just think it's really dull, so I think this is a pretty easy skip. We also got the vest, which is $268, definitely a lot cheaper. I don't know, man. I just think neither of these are very memorable from this collection, so I think they're both easy skips. We got the padded shorts. Those are definitely gonna be skips. I don't know why they just didn't do normal padded pants or something. I know it's getting warm outside, but y'all had no issue doing a faux fur jacket. Don't give us these shorts, man. And that finally ends us with this wig. $1,400. Obviously an insane price. I wonder what this hair is actually made out of. I actually think these are gonna fly. I think these are not gonna even exist. It's obviously so obscure. I don't imagine they're mass producing this. I think it's gonna be a weird item, man. We've never really seen anything like this from Supreme, thankfully. Like, thank God Supreme's not dropping wigs every season. I was making jokes in my video yesterday. This is actually the hair I donated back in the day. It went to Supreme and now they're selling it back to us. Nah, I'm just playing. If that was my hair, they would have to pay you to take it, bro. Let's be honest. $1,400 is insane for another man's cut. Like, god damn, you gotta be down bad. But it's a crazy collector's item. I think these aren't even gonna exist for stock, so no, I'm not buying them. There's no fucking light gold to be had. That's gonna do it for this week. A huge release, one of the biggest from this season. My favorite items for profit are definitely gonna be the skate deck, the zip up jacket, maybe the box logo t-shirt if you can get bigger sizes, but I don't know, man. I think it is gonna kind of brick. My really sneaky cop is this tank top. I think that one's actually going to be a really good investment item. The cam cap also has some risk of investing. Even that faux fur coat, but I don't know if y'all are dropping a rack like that, man. But there's some really solid items here. I really like this collection. I understand those that don't. I definitely get it. I just think it's cool. Like, I would not have imagined a Mason Margiela Supreme collab several years ago, and I think they did a really good job with these items, correlating somewhat to Margiela while still having a Supreme flair to them. My personal favorite is probably the Varsity jacket, but I gotta get that zip up, man. Come on, wish me luck, boys. Lock in. I hope you guys have a good release. Yeah, I'll see you for the live cop tomorrow. I'll also be doing that giveaway. I love you guys. Been your boy Boom, man. I'm out. Let's go, man. It's Mark Simpson week. Peace.